Mark as a leader. Many of you know that I'm a dad. I have 7 children. I have 6 girls and I have a son. And early on, I had to realize that I was more than a dad in my family, but I was the leader of the family, and that I had to act and do things as a leader in the family. And I tried to find ways to leave that mark. And so one thing early on as a dad, this is about 15 years ago, so quite some time ago, I was doing a lot of traveling. I'd leave early in the morning, and I'd be gone, and I just thought, this just stinks sometimes, because I take off, I don't see my kids, missing them, and I don't even know if they know that if I'm thinking about them. So I thought, what can I do as the leader of this family to make an impression on them? To let them know that I care about them, that I'm leaving some kind of mark on their lives. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to create a tradition in our family where before I leave, I'm going to go into the room, because lots of times I would leave early in the morning, and I would put an X and O on their hand. And so every morning, when I was leaving, if it was 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, I would go into each one of their rooms, and I'd get a pen, I'd grab their hand, and I'd write X and O on their hand. And stinky breath, drool, messy hair, all of that. And it got over time where they just got this tradition where the hand would come out and they would know that when I left, they had X's and O's from Dad. This has been a tradition that we have kept in our family ever since then. My daughter just left for Ecuador today to go on a mission, on a service mission. Today, I last day I saw her was Wednesday, but the last thing I did was got a magic marker, big black, X and O's, and she put an X and O on my hand. I think when I leave this world, my kids aren't going to remember that we had a nice house, that we had nice cars, that we got to go out and eat when we wanted to, and do all those kinds of things. All those things are nice. But I think if there's any kind of legacy that I leave with my family, my kids are going to remember the last thing before they shut that lid is I'm going to have an X and O on my hand. And they're going to know that their dad loved them because I was the leader of the family. You, and going back to your businesses, and going back and growing this business, have an opportunity to leave a mark on people's lives. And this is part of who you become as you grow this business. So yes, this is a business about business. It's about a business about results. But it's a business about people and a business about touching lives as you build that business. Warm, fuzzy, soft, gooey, charge hell with a bucket of water type of a finish. No. Okay? But it may be every bit as important that you know that we are a business, we are a company that cares about touching people's lives as we achieve our results. So I want to thank you for making the sacrifice to be at this conference. We know that you had choices to be somewhere else. You didn't have to come, but you chose to be here. You sacrificed to be here. You invested to be here. I want to thank you for being part of who Beachbody is. And as you go out and build this business, I want to thank you for who you will become and for the lives that you will touch. Because this is going to be a great ride. And we want you guys to ride with us. So thank you so much for being here. And let's have a great night. We'll have a lot of fun. Thank you so much. So